HMS Vanguard, the last of its kind. In the aftermath of World War II, amidst the shifting tides of global power, one battleship stood as the symbol of British naval might, the HMS Vanguard. Today we will delve into the history of this majestic vessel, the last battleship commissioned by the Royal Navy. Post-treaty collapse. As the world emerged from the devastation of World War I, the naval landscape was transforming. The Vanguard was conceived in this tumultuous period, born out of the necessity to maintain Britain's naval supremacy in the face of evolving threats, such as the increasing power and number of both the Kriegsmarine with the Bismarck class and the Japanese Navy with the Nagatos. The Royal Navy was in desperate need for a fast and modern battleship to bolster up its defences and allow Britannia's grips on the wave to stay tight and secure. Technological marvel. With its sleek lines and powerful armament, the Vanguard boasted 4 turrets, each housing 2 15-inch guns, the same guns that were a testament to the naval firepower that had defined the Royal Navy for decades. Its advanced radar and fire control systems made it a technological marvel of its time, and in some aspects made it superior to other battleships of its era and displacement. The Vanguard had as many fire control directors as the Iowa-class battleships from the US Navy, and was considered to be a very well-armed ship, all things considered, with large air batteries, time-tested guns, and a well-designed hull form, building off every class built before it. Post-war role. Completed after the war's end in 1946, the Vanguard found herself in a world where naval aviation and missile technology were rapidly changing the nature of naval warfare. Despite being the last battleship commissioned by the Royal Navy, the Vanguard faced an uncertain future as she watched her fellow battleships all be scrapped around her. The Vanguard, however, played a unique role beyond its military functions. It became a symbol of the British naval tradition and was present at significant royal occasions. In 1947 it carried the royal family, including Princess Elizabeth and Prince Philip, on a tour to South Africa, and was part of the Queen's Coronation Review later on in her service. Decommissioning. As the 1950s unfolded, the era of the battleship was drawing to a close. The advent of aircraft carriers and guided missiles rendered these massive vessels obsolete. In 1960, the HMS Vanguard was decommissioned and unfortunately scrapped, marking the end of an era for the Royal Navy as the last of the cannoneers sailed to her grave. Legacy. While the HMS Vanguard spent a relatively short time in active service, its legacy endures today. Fragments of this once mighty battleship can be found in museums and naval collections, preserving the memory of a bygone era of naval power. Small little tidbit, I actually have scale drawings of the Vanguard and a 1 of 200 picture of her, which I'm quite proud to own. In summary, the real Vanguard, as in the actual battleship, stood as a symbolic symbol of British naval power, the last of the old guard that were ready to change the hands that were the keys to the Royal Navy over to the new, young, and much more usable aircraft carriers, because in all honesty, as much as I like battleships, aircraft carriers are a lot more multi-purpose. You can do land attack missions, you can do naval missions, you can carry troops, you can carry supplies, you can carry helicopters, you can do anti-submarine warfare. While I will admit HMS Dreadnought did participate in anti-submarine warfare once, it's pretty much the only case. Vanguard, as depicted in Azalane, is a personified version of her real-life counterpart. In-game, she is portrayed as a dignified and elegant shipgirl with a stoic demeanour, but once you pull back the paintwork, she is a shy, adorable nerd whose only goal is to make sure her friends are safe, reflecting the regal nature associated with her historical counterpart. Vanguard's design incorporates elements of the original battleship, featuring a blend of naval and regal aesthetics. Her attire and accessories often draw inspiration from naval uniforms, adorned with symbolic elements that pay homage to historical roots, while also being slightly inspired by the Japanese anime Sailor Moon. Personality. The best part of anyone. Vanguard is often portrayed as a calm, collective and somewhat reserved character. She embodies the characteristics of a seasoned and dignified warrior, reflecting the demeanour expected of a battleship of her calibre. Despite her stoic exterior, Vanguard is known to have a deep sense of duty and commitment to protecting her allies. In the narrative of Azalane, Vanguard is a reliable and steadfast presence on the battlefield. Her interactions with other shipgirls often reveal a sense of responsibility, and she is depicted as a mentor figure to the younger members of the fleet. Vanguard's skill set include Glistening Light of Glory, which increases the chance for a special barrage like Hoods and Nagatos and many other ships, which basically just instantly wipes out an entire front line of enemy ships, so quite good if you're going against waves of torpedo boats. Her other abilities are Scatter Minions of Darkness, which increases the ship's accuracy by 12% and the reload by 20% when maxed out. Pretty good stat in my opinion. Makes her really good when you put a big gun on her. And her final ability is Behold My Royal Saber, which used to be called a move so cringeworthy to be named. Why did they remove it? It was glorious. This guarantees secondary gun hits, so you best put a light cruiser secondary gun on her, or you're wasting potential. It also increases the AA stat of her when any Royal Navy gear is equipped, so put Royal Navy AA guns on, so your sextuple Bofors, put your Admiralty range table on, put your Royal Navy 6CHR shell on. If you have it, use the Georgia gun. If not, use the New Jersey gun. If not, use any other AP gun. And if you really want to be accurate, put the Hood gun on. But overall, Vanguard's inclusion in NASA Lane adds depth to the game's rich lore. It also adds a bit more Britishness to it, because there's been an overall lack of good British shipbuilders as of recent. For example, we have so many events with the Japanese, where they're just having paper ships. Of course, we have Bismarck's Way, where it's another paper ship, another paper ship, another paper ship. But we didn't have Vanguard. Vanguard was actually built unlike half these other things, and as such I thought it was a bit of an injustice. But now we have the glorious battleship in our ranks. So yeah, that culminates my thoughts and this shortish video on Vanguard, in both a historical context and an in-game context. I do hope you have enjoyed this video, and will come back to watch another one, depending on when I release this, because I don't have a clue when I'm going to get this done. But yeah, ta-ra friends, and have a good day.
新しい任務が通達された。指揮官、ご対応を。新しい任務の。これは面倒なやつだ。任務完了。もっと早く気づくべきだったわね。こんな面倒な仕事、指揮官はよく今まで務めてきたわね。どれ、このヴァンガードがいいストレス解消法を教えよう。海に出て演習と戦闘デート？急に何を言い出すの？来た来た、私の出番ね。ロイヤルセイバーフラッシュ。あれ、もう敵はいない？私今とんでもなく痛く見られてない？勝ち負けは時の運よ。バカに見られたくなかったら次は頑張って。技名は恥ずかしいからやっぱりなし。騎士の剣さばきを。技名は恥ずかしいからやっぱりなし。最悪だから柄じゃないのに。優雅に華麗にボコったわよ。えへん。委託組が帰還しました。出迎えお供します。いかがですか？ヴァンガードのメイドとしての活躍は。向いていないとは思うけど、これでも任された仕事はちゃんとこなす性分よ。 これからもやってって私が苦労するのを楽しんでいるんじゃないでしょうね。いかがですか？ヴァンガードのメイドとしての活躍は向いていないとは思うけど、これでも任された仕事はちゃんとこなす性分よ。これからもやってって私が苦労するのを楽しんでいるんじゃないでしょうね。